24 years ago, on April 7th, 1997, the Little Led family were ambushed, carjacked, and left for dead. Only one survived. Their attackers were 6 people between the ages of 14 and 20 years old. Natasha Cornett, 18. Karen Howell, 17. Joseph Risner, 20. Jason Bryant, 14. Edward Dean Mullins, 19. And Crystal Sturgill, 18. It wasn't long after the group left Pikeville, Kentucky, heading down to New Orleans, that they realized that Risner's beat-up old car wasn't going to make it. And they initially discussed stealing a car from a dealership or from a parking lot. The group met the Little Led family at a rest stop on Interstate 81 outside of Baileyton, Tennessee. The Little Led family were leaving a Jehovah's Witness retreat, and so they welcomed talking to strangers on the highway. Unfortunately for them, Risner pulled his weapon. And he said, "I hate to do you this way, but we are going to have to take you with us for your van." He then directed Father Vidar to the van, and Vidar begged him, "Please, just leave us. You can take the car." He offered his keys, his wallet, everything, but Risner refused. Vidar Little Led got into the front seat of the car, and Risner sat in the passenger seat. Risner, Bryant, Howell, and Cornett were in the van with the Little Leds, and then Mullins and Sturgill followed in Risner's old car. Their mother, Delphina, tried to calm the children by singing, and she was ordered to stop. And then the family was directed to a secluded road called Payne Hollow Lane, right here. The family were lined up against a ditch along the road where they were each shot. Then Brian checked their bodies and said they're still alive, and they were shot again. The Little Leds were left for dead. The group abandoned Risner's car at the crime scene, and then, instead of heading down to New Orleans, decided they were going to go to Mexico. They snuck over the border to Mexico because they couldn't get in legally. Somehow the 14-year-old got shot in Mexico, and Mexican police ended up demanding that they go back to the U.S., and they got put in Arizona prison. Vidal was shot 6 times, Delphina was shot 8 times, and Tabitha was shot once in the head. Both parents died at the scene, but Tabitha was taken to a hospital, and she died there. Their 2-year-old son, Peter, was shot twice, and he survived. When the group were questioned, everyone had someone else they pointed the finger to. The district attorney wanted to push for the death penalty, but he couldn't prove that all of them had been shooters, only Bryant. So he said if they all agreed to plead to first-degree murder, then he would take the death penalty off the table. In March of 1998, all 6 signed, and they were convicted of felony murder and given life in prison. As for our survivor, Peter, he grew up in Stockholm, Sweden with his aunt and remembers absolutely nothing, thank God. He lost an eye and he does struggle to walk, but in 2017, he finished his college education.